Sandra Crathern, Inner Vision, talking about health and wellbeing today, and I have some top tips today on patience, which I find a challenge sometimes. But if I'm feeling impatient inside, that doesn't mean I have to express that outside. What I notice in society, and I've been a victim of this myself, I don't know if I want to use that word, but I've myself had issues with impatience and how I express myself, is when we get really impatient, it comes out in our tonality. So it comes out in our voice, often a little bit quick it sounds, or it might sound a little bit harsh. So be aware, being mindful is a very great tip when you're feeling impatient. So for example, I'm about to start these vlogs. Now I must have had 4 phone calls all at the same time. And I was like, oh, come on already. That's how I felt. But because I'm much more self-aware, I realised that I was feeling a bit impatient. So I had a better boundary by saying to someone, I'd really like to talk to you, but I'm just not able to right now. So setting good boundaries when you're feeling impatient is really helpful. So it gives you the time then to do what you need. So first tip, if you want to be more patient, is set boundaries. If people are encroaching on you or putting on you, have a good boundary. I'm not available now. I'd like to speak to you a bit later on. I'm noticing I'm not very present now. Could I talk to you tomorrow? Or give people choices. So having boundaries is really helpful. Having a choice, giving people choices as well. When I feel impatient sometimes, it's useful to be giving choices to people about what the situation is. So for example, someone will ask you to do 2 or 3 things that you know you're not able to do. And you set off and you start to feel really impatient about it and maybe irritated. So to say to someone, actually, I haven't got the time to do that, that and that, but I have got the time to do that. Would that help? Having choices helps negotiate with people. And then my patience then isn't reduced. So having good boundaries, having choices, and breathe. How many times have you been in a queue and 6 people in front of you and you think, come on, I'm in a hurry, and then impatience starts to kick in. So whatever the situation is, whether it's a small child or your partner or someone not being quick enough or someone being too slow or whatever, just breathe. Just notice your breath and just be still for a moment. That's very, very helpful when you are feeling impatient. So that's what I did when I had 5 different people disturb me, spoke to them all in a calm, serene way and said a boundary. I gave them a choice and I allowed myself to breathe. So I hope they're helpful for you.